What's your plan? So what is your plan to end the month strong and get to where it is that you know that you desire to be, where you said you were going to be at the beginning of this month? And so what is your thoughts? What's going through your mind right now? And what's your plan?
Good morning, y'all. Um, so my initial thought was I was feeling some type of way, okay? And I'm gonna say why. Because I left 350 on the table. I did work my hardest, but I had to really sit and reflect because I realized that I was working out of a place of desperation and I was getting in my feels and I was feeling some type of way. Okay. So I had to really just sit and reflect on that. And then when I was like, okay, well, there's 350 left on the table, I definitely did the best a little bit, the minute best that I could have possibly done. And then I just had to just let it go. I had to acknowledge what it was that I did and then just let it go so I can continue to move on. So now I'm definitely just feeling just fired up for this week. I'm about to just go ahead and re-promote to Ruby. I'm not too far from that. Down what 35 in volume away from that. I'm get that today. Okay. Um and really my head right now is just focused on knocking on Emerald's door and saying, hey, hi and bye, so I can go ahead and move in the diner for a little bit. Cause that's my goal. So this week I'm just really focused on just catering to being deep in personal and spiritual development because I know this is not going to be no easy thing. Ruby was hard enough in itself, so I know Diamond is definitely about to be some type of roller coaster. Focusing on getting one-to-ones in with everybody on my team, just so we can all be on one accord and making sure that I'm helping them knock out and accomplish their goals while I'm knocking mine out too.
I do want to speak to the fact of your thought process about Diamond being a roller coaster. So get that out of your mind. The fact that you have went Ruby and you're re-promoting to Ruby means that you know Ruby and you can teach Ruby. What is Diamond? 3 rubies. So being that you know Ruby and you can teach Ruby, it's not a roller coaster. It's about just, like you said, locking arms with those people who are on your chart and just teaching them the same things that you did to get to Ruby and beyond. So it's not a roller coaster. It's not as hard as we make it out to be. And I'll share my testimony on that. Like I had Blue Diamond up to be something like just so hard to do, or something that was just like, oh my God, I don't even know if I can accomplish that. But once I did it, it was like, this was not nowhere near the production that you made up in your mind. Nowhere near that. It's literally about teaching people how to truly build their business. And so, you know Ruby, so you can teach Ruby, so you can go Diamond. Who next?
Hey, I'll jump in really quick. So for me, my reporting and things like that. So I'm going to focus on reprocessing declines, a lot of declines. So just reaching out, already sent the email, but reaching out personally to them to see how I can help them reprocess their order, change whatever needs to be changed and get that done before Friday. So they won't get a surprise like, hey, let's do it today. Let's get it in the system. And then also just rallying my team, getting everybody excited. Like we still have a lot of time to get our 4-in-1. So just really reminding people like, yes, the 25th, but it's not the last day of the month. So like, let's go, let's get this 4-in-1. You can do it a couple times if you're really ready and about that life. So like, let's just go, let's get it. So that's my goal, to really host a post, do a volume push and get it done, because it's so possible and it's a lot of time.
Yeah, I'll say the same for me, Robin. So honestly, I am about 1,000 short. and today as opposed to where I was last month on the 25th. And so I'm about 1,000 short and about 2,500 from where I desire to end bare minimum. And so when I think about that, that's a new Ruby promotion and a new executive promotion. So my thing is focusing on helping those promotions pop that are already boxed. And like you said, but with the focus of the for and a friend. So letting that, because I've seen how that focusing on that organically builds and pushes promotions. And so just knowing where I'm focusing on when it comes to promotions, but also breaking that down in terms of for and a friend for the volume portion. So that is what I'm doing. That's my mindset. It is a lot of time. 5 days is a lot of time. There's a lot that can happen in that time frame. And I'm not looking at how, because when I'm looking at how, I'm looking at my might. I'm worried about who is on my team. Who is on my team. God is on my side. And so anything is possible. Anything is possible with him. And so that's my thought process. That's my plan to end the month strong. I'm also going up to the road rally on Tuesday. So tomorrow, me and Travia will be in the Chicago area. So those of you who are in the Chicago area, get to the road rally, and then we will be having a team huddle and a power hour afterwards. So just wanted to put that out there so you guys are aware of that. And so, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about just focusing forward and really not looking at things in my might, because it ain't me that's doing it. It's all God. And so, and I know I'm doing it for him. And so just working out of excellence, being the best that I can be with what I have.
So good morning. So I am like to my horn because I'm making the 600 club. I am literally one BV away, but I'm supposed to be putting in 2 customers this afternoon. So when I do, I will also be completing my 4-in-1. And so this week I will be working on completing the 4-in-1 for my newbie. And that will get me to Ruby. So that's my, I mean, like, yes, I wanted to promote to Diamond, but I was not seriously balls to the wall, but I was definitely, this is a new year and a new me. Isn't it, Lydia? Shake your head, yes. I've never worked this hard, and it'll be 6 years next month. But I am so blessed that y'all are pushing me like that. And I finally think also, just a side note, that we don't have to have niches, but I know what niche I really want to attack. I'm a cancer survivor, and I'm a sexy senior, and I want seniors to know that they can do this business. They don't have to sit and wait on their Social Security, their retirement, their whatever, that they can have some money, they can do some things and be all they want to be, just because that's what society says is not what it is. So that's my 2 cents for today, y'all. Be blessed. Enjoy the sunshine.
That's dope. I'll come in here. Where I've been this month, haven't been where I wanted to be because I haven't been working the way that I need to work. I've been in my feelings. I haven't been showing up the way that I need to show up, allowing life to interfere with what I need to do. But I am in the 600 club. I have 1,300 more to make my goal of 2,000 as far as BV. I need 3 distributors to have Ruby, and I am working toward that this week. I haven't made a success bonus. that is something that I am working toward and I'm determined about. So that's where I'm at. And I'll be in all of the Zoom meetings today and the rest of this week, just trying to get it together. I find that by myself, when I'm by myself, I've said before, I just can find other things to do and I get distracted. So I just need to be in the room to get the things done.
That's so good. Have you read Living Beyond Your Feelings yet? By
I
Jeff Miller?
have, but I need to read it again. That's on my
Yeah,
to-do list.
revisit that maybe, because your feelings don't get a vote. And so this is something that me and Rachel talked about. I hate reels. Don't like them. But I have to commit to them and do them regardless of how I feel, because I know that it needs to be done in order for me to get, that's one of the pieces that I need to do. Like I can't do everything else and think that, oh, because I'm doing everything else, I'm going to get somewhere when it's a missing component that I know that I need to do. And so you got to do things regardless of how you feel, because like John Maxwell said, the feelings will follow the action, period. Do the action and the feelings will follow. So yes, commit to that. And how are you going to keep yourself out of your feelings? Like, how are you going to stay in this space that you're in right now?
So my plan.
Yeah. What's your plan?
I do have a plan. My plan is to, because I have been listening to the High Five Habit. My plan is to just, I'm not thinking about that right now. Like it's not a factor right now. I can revisit it when I'm having my alone time, but when I'm in the moment and in doing the actions that I need to do, I'm not thinking about that. Because like I said, I can think about 1,000 different things and get nothing done because my mind is just wandering. So I have been working on just, I'm not thinking about that and keeping it moving and staying on task.
Can I go?
Jokel, was you about to say something?
Oh, yeah, I was saying, can I go? Okay, I totally missed the question that you were asking because I was, what was the question you was asking, Bree?
So the question that I asked is, what, being it that it's the 25th, all auto ships have ran, you know where you are. You know where you are, you know what you're working with, you know where you're going. So based on what you said at the beginning of this month, what are your thoughts now that you see where you are, and what is your plan to get to where you desire to be?
Okay, so right now I need 3 more loyals, and I need to finish up in my friend to finish my entire cycle. And basically right now I'm just being solution focused to get it done. And that's kind of just where I am right now. I tend to slack up like in the middle, like, oh, I'm not where I'm, but like no, like I'm ready to get it done. Just like you said, like our feelings don't count, and that's kind of what I've been mindset I've been in lately. Just kind of just whatever, switching focus, and kind of just doing the things like I would tell Keisha and Shanice, I'd be like, oh, maybe I need to switch up and do this, and they're like, no, like do what you're doing, just do more of it, like you're doing it. So that's just where I am right now, just getting it done. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing the rest of this week to finish it all out. God make it somebody else, because it's one of my other children. But yeah, that's my goal, y'all. So yeah.
Shantae,
Yes, ma'am.
are you in a position to talk?
Yeah, just
Okay.
pulling over.
Awesome. So I wanted Shantae to speak this morning because I'm just really proud of her. She has a lot of things going on in life, and she's still able to, or she was still able to complete her foreign friend and box herself in for Ruby by just continuing to keep swimming. So I wanted her to share her heart and share, you know, how she did it or did it with having so many things going on.
So good morning, everybody. It's funny because I feel like the negative self-talk will stop us from doing the things that we need to do. I had already put up a post this morning, my inspirational post this morning, said something about, you can see it. I don't even remember right now because I'm so tired, y'all. In real life, I'm tired. But I put that post up, and I know for a fact that then the devil started talking to me like, don't even go on that meeting. Because you know Brittany gonna call your name. Don't go. It's okay. They're gonna have somebody else. There's always somebody else that can do it, right? So it's really a lot going on. But just like I've been listening to you all say, stay close to the fire. When I first joined, I got so discouraged because I don't like to not know. And for me to be in a position to not understand something and not know how to do it, baby, I'd rather just quit. Because I'm like, if I can't do it, it can't be done. And then I kept listening. I just kept coming and listening, even though half stuff, the names of stuff, I don't know. I don't know what that is, but I know I told my 8-year-old baby that we going to Punta Cana in October. And she like, Mama, we going? Okay, we going. So you doing the stuff you need to do for me to go? Because I don't know where it's at, but I know we going. Every day, not once a day, a few times a day, she'd be like, Mama, we still going? I'd be like, girl, yeah, we going. So I'm like, okay, we got to start doing our reels. We got to start doing videos. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to show you how to do blah, 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 so we can do these reels. I'm like, this baby 8. I don't even know how to do these videos. And she's like, come on, I'm going to show you. And then we're going to say this. Y'all, my accountability partner is 8, and she is good at her job. You hear me? So I just try to make sure that I do the things that I don't never want y'all to feel like I don't do stuff because I'm in my feelings or I just am stubborn or whatever. Life is lifing. I heard somebody say that the other day. Life is lifing for me right now. You hear me? It's real hectic. But what I noticed is the people that I planted the seed with when I first started the business, they were family and friends. They looking upside my head like, oh, here she go with another thing. You know, this is just the next thing that she doing. But I just kept coming back around to them people, whether they weren't so much on my Facebook, but them people that I see all the time. And I just kind of kept going back like, hey, same thing that was in the script, same thing I was saying to them and to my face. Tell me no to my face. Because those are the people that know that if you don't want me begging you for $20 here and there, help me make my own. You don't want to keep giving me yours. That's okay. Just help me make my own. And it's how I'm doing it right now. You know, I can't take no second job because you don't want to babysit. You want me to have my own. Plus, not just my baby, but the other babies that I keep. You want me to keep them. Help me make my own. So I just circled back around to them. I told my aunt, I was like, we got another cousin that's in college and he can't work right now. I'm like, he needs some money to get his own business so he could stop being in everybody else's pocket for $10 a week. So let's help him get his money together to make his own business. And that's what we did for my friend. He already got customers. We just have to, he like, I got my customers, just show me what to tell them next. We doing that today. So just not worrying about if I'm bothering them because they don't want to keep giving me their money. You need to help me figure out how I'm going to make my own. Because life is life. It's lifing on me right now. But I know that if I stay close to the fire, if I keep watching all them sons pop up in that chat, I know my son's gonna be popping up too. I know they're gonna be popping up because what I'm hearing is God ain't got no respect to person. And if he doing it for them that's on this team, he gonna do it for me too. And I really believe that now. Because at first, you know, you hear it. I grew up in church, so I've been hearing it for a long time. But to believe it, that's different. It hit different. It hit so different to believe it. To believe that if Rachel can build her house from the ground, baby, I ain't even had that thought, but it could be for me too. I really just want some property. I want to be able to pour into somebody else. And I really always that it's something else for me to do. It's something besides me working somebody 9 to 5. It's some lives for me to touch. And I just feel like this is my way. I had you know, it's always these young men out here that don't have these people to look up to. So I always be trying to make sure that they see, I see you trying, I see you push and keep pushing. Do what's right and don't worry about them people that's trying to pull you the other way. So just being able to drop them little messages in the inbox, you know, I love it here. I really appreciate y'all doing what y'all do. Just keep doing it because like you said, people watching your page, even if it don't look like we doing all the things, we hear it. And as our confidence builds, we doing them things. I can't wait to put up my reels that we doing. But yeah, just doing the things, just staying connected. Staying connected, I feel like is the biggest thing. This is, I don't know how many businesses I've paid into at this point. But this is probably no, it's not probably. This is the first place that I've actually had mentorship. And I really appreciate it. I don't want to cry today because I'm in my feelings, but I really do appreciate just the connectedness. That morning prayer is everything. Is everything. I made sure I put alarms on my clock. I ain't got to the point where I can get my phone out of my room yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on me every day. But them alarms for morning prayer, power hour, them meetings, those in my phone now. And I'm making sure everybody else putting them in their phone. So you can't say, you know, oh, I missed that time. No, you didn't because you got an alarm. So just accountability, just staying connected and doing the things, doing them pieces. Like, don't worry about how people feel because I had a couple people come in my inbox like, hey, I need a cleanse. I need this. Do you really? Wait till I put up these reels. Everybody gonna be needing and using my products.
Yeah.
I use them. I'm finna put up a post right now about running out of my coffee. I'm so blue. I ran out of my coffee. I can't wait to post it.
Yes.
Lesson learned. I will not run out of coffee again.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that, Shantae. I just wanted you to share because I know it's a lot of people who have, you know, a lot of things going on, but I wanted you to share and be an example of how they can continue to just keep pushing and things will fall into place regardless of whatever is going on, as long as they stay close to the fire, stay close to their mentorship, do the things will happen regardless of whatever is going on. And so I do appreciate you sharing that in this moment because I know a lot of people needed that. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now I want to talk about overcoming objections. So because I see a lot of people getting stumped or tripped up by certain or, you know, different objections that because we are here and we're in the mix and we are seeing things happen with this business, with these products, we shouldn't be thrown off by certain responses that we get. And so I want to talk about in this moment, overcoming objections, because the quicker you can overcome that no or no's in general, the quicker you can get to your next yes. And so I want to talk about, you know, some of the different objections that may stump you up or trip you up and why, so that we can help you get better at overcoming those objections so you can continue to move forward and get to that yes.
Okay, so my objections aren't necessarily, okay, excuse me. My objections are not necessarily the things that trip me up. It's the wording, because whether I'm in my feelings and I'm responding, or whether I feel like it's like super ghetto and I don't be wanting to sound like, girl, But you know what I mean? So I guess second guess myself on what I should respond. It's not necessarily that it trips me up to the point where I don't continue. It just how to say those things without saying the things like I want to say it.
So yeah, that's the first thing, like you said, you responding to your feelings. So that is why it's so important to stay up out of your feelings, because that is what is going to allow you to be able to respond and overcome the objections with a clear view. Because you may be in your feelings and then you've read this message completely wrong or like in the wrong tone, and now you done sent yourself off and that person didn't even say that. So one of the things that you can do to help you is type out what you feel like you're going to say or what you feel like you should say, and then send a screenshot to your enroller and say, hey, this is what I was going to say back. Is this right? What do you think? You know what I'm saying? So that you can go ahead and send the message and you're not sitting there like racking your brain like, oh, you know, what am I going to say or how am I going to say this? No, just type it out, what you would say, and then send a screenshot and say, hey, would you say this, or what do you think, to get another view of that. Rachel, was about to say something?
Yeah, Day, can you talk? We just dealt with this yesterday.
I was gonna do it, but I didn't know my connection was gonna be right. That's why I ain't said that yet. I'm almost to my stop. But can you hear me? Okay, yeah, we were talking about this yesterday because I did not pour into myself thoroughly, before I started working my business. And people were saying they're gonna order. They were saying they want to get started, but then they're like, "No, I'm stressed out," or "I got school," just making excuses. And I'm just like, I need to take a second. Rachel's like, did you pour into yourself? And I was like, a little. She's like, you need to take like 15, 30 minutes to go pour into yourself and then, come back. Like, so I definitely feel like doing personal development is very important. Like, I know for me personally, I have to get up an hour early to do 30 minutes with God and then 30 minutes personal development. Not gonna lie, like this morning, I did do my 30 minutes with God, but I did not do my personal development reading. I did do audio on YouTube, but I personally like to read, and I'm currently reading Everyone Communicates, You Connect. So I personally like to read before doing that, but yeah, personal development for sure.
And so I guess the real question here is, how do you stay out of your feelings? That's probably like the number one thing I hear just across the board. And it's a choice to stay out your feelings. It's crazy listening to the John Maxwell stuff. In all honesty, if you're waiting for a time that you don't have to do SDPD, it will never come. So if you're thinking like, what day, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna be so filled up on SDPD that and those of you I don't know I'm talking about. SD is spiritual development, PD is personal development. If you ever believe that there's a day, it's not true. God gives us fresh manna every day for a reason. And you want to see yourself as somebody who's in the wilderness who needs that fresh manna, because everything from yesterday is maggots. And I'm not saying that you can't build on it, but I want to kind of just give you that perspective. And so every day you need that fresh fill of your cup, and you don't even know if you have holes. And I'm going to be very honest, just from what I've seen over the past 9 years, almost everybody has holes. Okay. So when you're filling up, it's not even staying in your cup. Somebody snatches it up. What kind of soil do you really have? And so you need it. The SDPD is just every single day. And so if you try to jump into your business, y'all know, you go to your job, you're in your feelings, don't talk to me, I ain't had my coffee, whatever, It's the same thing when it comes to your business. So if you think you're finna just jump in and sending messages and you haven't filled your cup because you're looking for your business to fill your cup, it's a no. So if you ever feel like you are responding out of your feelings, that is a personal problem. And even if it comes to the whole ghetto, if that's who you are, then be ghetto and respond. Until you become not ghetto, like you don't need to sound like me, sound ghetto. That's you. They're gonna be your customers and they're gonna have to deal with your ghetto self. When they auto ship decline, they're gonna have to deal with your ghetto self when you checking in on them. So just be ghetto. And then when you decide you don't want to be ghetto no more, then switch up. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as it's genuine and from the heart and you being a good person, then it really doesn't matter. You respond the way you respond. But ultimately the feelings part, that's something you need to get it together, because it's a lack of gratitude. Not grateful and you say, yes, I am. Well, then it should show. It should show that you're grateful. You're grateful that you even have somebody to message right now. You should be grateful that you have potentials, that you have leads, that you have a team. And so if you're not in that place of gratitude, and that happens to me all the time, I get frustrated. It's everybody. It's a human being. I get very frustrated. I get very irritated, especially with the way that I pour. But then I also have to be mindful that it's not my team. It's God's team. And I'm just somebody who's able to steward over it. And I don't have to have a team to pour into, period. Okay. Can definitely be going to a 9 to 5 and all those things. So it's a place of gratitude, and it's a place of getting yourself together, like for real. And this is why we do the work that we do. But the question is, are you doing it? And do you think there's an end date? There's not. There's no end game. It's crazy. I was doing my follow-ups this morning on Power Hour shirt. Shout out to everybody who got up and hopped on with me. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be on that thing. And it was somebody who was homeless, and I was talking to her maybe about 6 months ago. And it was like, your situation hasn't changed, baby. Like, you could have made some progress here, even if just mentally and spiritually. You could have made some progress here in this space. And I think that's the worst thing, when people actually walk away because they're not getting what they think they need from this business. You get so much more than money here. And a lot of times people don't realize that is so golden to you even being able to keep the money. You make $100 and you next month you have no increase whatsoever. You know, and actually that's life in entrepreneurship. So in the ups and in the downs, you know, do you say you want a faith walk? Because that's what you're saying. If you're saying that you want to be an entrepreneur, you're saying you want a faith walk. You signed up for a faith walk. You cannot be an entrepreneur and not have a faith walk. And so what do you have to do to walk in faith? Strengthen it. That's what Bria said this morning on prayer. You have to strengthen your faith. You can't do a faith walk without faith. And faith is what? Things you don't see, not things you see. So you have to learn how to do that. And so that's a lot. So I'm gonna go back to Brittany and the more of them, because that's the whole thing right there. But ultimately is you deciding that you're gonna stay out of your feelings. You're gonna force yourself to stay out your feelings by doing the SDPD. You have to force yourself to do it.
Okay, I'm usually at work, so I'm off today. So I jumped on, and I don't know. The feeling thing, that's me. I know I've been in my feelings and I've been working, but I have realized something that Rachel just said about the spiritual journey. And I joined the business to make money. I really did. But then it's changed up, and it might sound crazy. Being here has helped me strengthen my faith walk. I did something that I didn't think I would ever do, and that was go back to church. I started going back to church. I'm gonna try not to cry, but it's been hard because my mom passed, and everything that I'm doing, I wanted to do before she passed, but it didn't happen. And so I've thought about leaving the business, but I've been praying about it, and God told me to stay because it's helping me in my faith. Even the pastor was so proud to see me in church that he talked about it. And I couldn't stand up and talk, but I just raised my hand to everybody because it was very hard. Because it was hard for me to go back. I'm going to be honest, because that's where we had my mom's service. And so sitting in the church, I was seeing that. So I had to pray about it and get over that. And I missed one day since I've been back. And that was just because I wasn't feeling good in my asthma and I didn't want to go coughing and freaking everybody out. So I stayed home. But I've only missed one day. So I've been really good. And I'm proud of that. Now, not that I'm not here to make money, but right now it's more about my faith. And I'm working on that. Also doing the business, which I need to get out of my feelings. I do need to do reels. I do need to do, there's stuff I know I need to do, but I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay until God tells me to leave. And I don't think he's ever going to tell me to leave. So that's all. Thank you.
That is so good. Thank you for sharing that, girl. You got me over here wet-eyed. But that is so awesome. That is so amazing. And you know, we need this business for different things in different seasons. When I first started, yeah, I did want the money, but the money was like, oh yeah, it'd be great. But I really needed the community in the beginning. Like I really needed the new friend group. I really needed just a higher level of people to gather with than who I was gathering with to actually get to the position or the person that I desire to be. So right in this season, you're here and you're here for your faith walk. But what is so great is you still get to earn as you're in the different seasons. And so, yeah, I was here for friends in the beginning, but I wasn't losing out on money. You know, I was, if anything, breaking even when I was playing. So I was able to at least use my products and use them for free. So I love that you're here. I love that you're staying. And I am so glad that you got back in a church home, because that is something that is super important. It's just to have that covering and stuff. So I'm glad that you went back. And so glad you shared that. That is so exciting.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So I felt kind of led today to share. And so I'll answer specifically your question, Brittany. The first one was, where are you after the 25th has come and all the auditorships have run? Not where I wanted to be at the beginning of the month, but like Robin said, knowing that there is plenty of month left to get to that place, if not exceed it. Y'all be saying all the things. So Marilyn just talked about how it was hard for her to get back into spaces where she remembers her mom being. And of course that, you know, pulled at my heartstrings, because that was something I had to deal with. And I said in the comments, it's okay if you cry. Don't ever think that you can't, because, you know, we're a community here, we're family. It's just important for me in my pursuit. It has become more important now to be focused on that piece of gratitude. So one of the things that I remember Rachel saying to me several times, and even Breon like months ago said, when you're so focused on your goal that when you don't hit it, you're frustrated to the point where you don't want to keep going, is like saying you're not grateful for the people God has given you along the way, like on the way to the goal, right? And so I'm like, Lord, that's not what I want to say to you, right? Like I'm so grateful for the ones that you've added because you didn't have to do it, right? But it's more important to be grateful for what he has done and believing him for what's coming or what you want to come next. And so what I wanted to share to that end is the attitude of gratitude, and how I had somebody reached out to me and said, I'm ready to order because I get my bonus tomorrow, right? This is like literally what she said to me in my inbox. So I followed up, right? And I'm like, okay, great. I'm putting in some orders now. What time is good for you to chat so that we can get yours in too? So I don't even give the option of like, do you have time? Because then you can say no. I don't say, would you like me to send you a card? Because then you cannot check out, right? So now it's like, what is a good time for you, right? Because you have to give me a time. And so like 2 days later, I still didn't hear from her. So I called her and still no response. So the other day I followed up again and she was like, basically her response was like, I'm rushing her. And I was like, you kind of spicy, miss. You kind of spicy up in my inbox and you told me you was ready to order. So instead of being in my feelings, because now I just find humor in everything, right? I'm just like, you funny. And I always tell the devil, you're not going to win because you're not going to make me the Patricia that I used to be, because then you win and I lose and I'm not losing because all I do is win. And so I just laughed. Like I literally laughed out loud, of course, before I responded, right? Like she didn't hear me laugh. And so I was like, well, I thank you. Like I literally started my voice message to her with gratitude because I was like, you didn't have to respond, but I appreciate you, responding back to me and letting me know that you're not ready yet. And that's okay. Because when you're ready, I'm ready for you, right? And I can't wait. I can't wait to partner with you to help you get to your goals, right? And for you to see what you want to see. Because now it's not about, it's no longer like the forefront of my mind is no longer, I got to get my 401, I got to get my cycle completed, I got to do this, I got to do this. It's more about who can I help? And I never believed it when people said you had to switch your perspective. I was like, that's just what they say because I'm not enrolling like I want to, right? Like it was like, whatever, y'all just be saying that, right? But now I'm like, Robin, I see your face, girl. Now I'm just like, because she and I had to have, to come to Jesus. So now it's like, who can I help? Who can I help that's ready today, right? Because that's what it's about. Today, like, are you ready today? Because tomorrow's not promised anyway. And so that's now the focus, like, who can I help? Who's ready? And I'm grateful that these people are responding because I've gone to follow up with some people and they blocked me, right? So like, it could have been everybody blocked me and they didn't. So I'm grateful for the people who are willing to at least respond and continue the conversation because they could not, so.
That is so true. You definitely got to laugh. I laugh all day long. People probably think I'm crazy or psycho because like I'll just be sitting here laughing on my couch because it keeps you in a place of really being able to, well, it keeps me, I'll talk about me. When I can make a joke out of it, it keeps me in a place of being in that, like staying out of my feelings. And I love that you switched it around and was like, you know what, I'm not going to allow you to change the way that I respond. So you didn't allow her to, you were the thermostat, not the thermometer. And so that's how you have to be. You have to stay that thermostat and not that thermometer so that people are not able to knock you off your square. I remember when Rachel would talk about being a pawn, she would talk about it all the time. And I didn't know nothing about chess prior to, she was like, you're a pawn. Like if people can make you make you have an attitude or make you respond in a certain way when you wouldn't, then they have control over you. Like you're literally walking around letting people move you around on this board or whatever. And so it's like, do you want to be a pawn? And so it's that same thing, that same place. You have to stay out of that place of being able to be shifted or moved or wavered because of what somebody else says. And so that comes, like she said, with the attitude of gratitude, but also just knowing that who God has for you, he has for you. And whoever your people is are your people. And so you just have to go out and find them. It's not that they're not out there. It's just, are you willing to talk to enough people? Are you willing to get through enough no's to get to those people that he has out there for you? When somebody does not check out or somebody does not respond or they block me or something like that, my thing is, oh, I guess that wasn't my person. Period. That wasn't my person. Because whoever is my person, they're going to be my person. And that goes for even when you're on Sabbath. So if you don't turn your notifications off or your phone or whatever, and you get anxious because you're not working on your Sabbath and messages are coming through, if they are your person, trust and believe they will be there the next day when you get off Sabbath. Because who God has for you is for you. Your team is your team. Your people is your people, and nobody can stop that or alter that. So if you come up come up against somebody and they don't want to check out, they don't want to, or they block you or whatever, just, hey, that wasn't my person. Period.
So I got to say something, and it's factual, Brittany. It's more so like God's protection, right? So God is protecting you from people that you aren't supposed to be connected to anyway, because we will press the envelope because we want to succeed. But I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but this is a business, okay? And so I know a lot of times people like, I want to be my own boss, so nobody bosses me. But that's not how this works. You still need to be held accountable in some way, shape, or fashion. And I love what Shantae said, how she said that her daughter was her accountability. You know, a lot of times people wondered in the beginning, who was my accountability? It's my why. I'm accountable to my why. And so this is why your why is so important. And a lot of people are like, I just want extra income. No, boo, go to Walmart and get a job. Like that will not work here. I'm telling you, it won't. It has to be deeper than that. There are places that they pay like $15 an hour. Like I think I rode past, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's places, go ahead and get you a job because it's not gonna work. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people come in here and they have the opportunity to make a full-time income, but they end up going to get a job and then their business falls to the wayside. And then it's like, oh, the business didn't work. No, boo, you really never worked it. Like you really never gave it the same vigor that you get up and put your clothes on and go to a job. And maybe if you did that for this situation, even though it is hard, and I'm talking about hard, what we do is simple, but the mental part of it can be extremely hard if you're not willing to do the mental work in order to go forward, right? I'm telling you, I could go both my husband and I have master's degrees. Now, will we be able to stay in this house? It's a no. Okay. Because the jobs couldn't hold down our lifestyle. It just could not. But what we do, because we're willing to overcome the difficult mentally, we're able to have a life that other people aren't able to have. And, I was telling the leadership all about, my shindig. For those of y'all who don't know, Kimmy Pentecost is my kid's godmom, and she's also my friend. And, we do life together. And so we just went down to her house for Easter because we can, okay? Because my 4-year-old bossed the whole situation. He was like, I want to see my G mommy. And so we made a trip. And because of the ability to make these unlimited bonuses, I said, mommy earns a bonus. We'll go down and we'll, because it's $4,000. Did y'all know that? A success bonus is $4,000. So yeah, mommy makes a $4,000 bonus. I can go ahead and take you to Florida for, now y'all who didn't say, no, bring it back. Those of y'all who did not know that, get it together. A success bonus is $4,000. Okay. 4,000. And my goal is to do it every single month. They said they can give us 3 a quarter. Then I need to get 3, right? Because that's just money on the table. And so even for myself, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Yesterday, how about we just gonna wind it back? Just let it go. I'm gonna flow with it. Friday, bad day, bad, extremely bad day. Okay, it was so Lydia has sent me a message just like, and I'm like, girl, me too. And like, me too. And just because I could have that conversation with her, but it was like, me too, bruh. Like, had somebody came to me, said the same thing that Patricia said. You a little aggressive, boo. This is the first time I sent you a message. Like, this is the first follow-up. If I'm aggressive, then you know what? God bless. Like, this is not aggression at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, at all. This is me doing my job. So if you don't like me doing my job right now, like, we probably shouldn't do business together. You know what I'm saying? And that's good because, again, God's protection, right? And so it was like, oh man, I know how busy. Anyways, gave her a nice little reply, but I was like, Brianne, what's up, bro? Like, this is them days that you just be ready to be like, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it, and you can get it. It was one of them days, like for real. But thank God
for just a change in my life and a husband that pours into me and speaks life over me. Okay, because it was just not good. And because of my willingness to just be obedient, just to go through the motions, continue to do what it is that I'm supposed to do. I don't even know what I signed yesterday, but between Saturday and Sunday, I was able to complete 2 tier 1s. And then even welcome extra DTs. I was on a little leadership board. I was like, all right, won't he do it? You know what I'm saying? We'll see if I won something. Y'all pray I won the Louis. I want that Louis or that Tory Burch, but they be blowing out the water, but God is able. But anyways, like I just continue to move forward. And because of my willingness to continue to move forward, it was like raining in. It was just raining in. And so sometimes I wonder if God just wants to see if you're willing. Like, why do you think that it's always supposed to be easy? Well, why do you believe that? And if it's not easy, you don't persevere. And why do you think he's going to bless that? How can you teach somebody else how to persevere when you never do it? Every single time. Some of y'all, I'm gonna be very honest. Like I look at y'all and some of y'all knew, what's up? Glad you're here. But some of y'all ain't new. And I commend y'all for being here. But forming a friend is easy. And so whatever tactic that the enemy has placed in your mind and your heart to make you believe that you can't do this or has debilitated you to a place where you're not moving your feet, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, because you know how to do this. It's literally 4 customers and 1 distributor. That's it. You help your 1 distributor do 4 customers, 1 distributor. That's $500 in your pocket. That's more than some of y'all have seen on a check. What is going on? So right now, even with Lydia saying, girl, that 350 been gone, like, move on. We have to be concerned about the things that will change our life, not the things that are in the past. And so you have to remove that from having power over you. The past is over. The word says to forget all of that. And so if you're struggling with forgetting all that, some people, me, okay, we have 5 a.m. prayer. If you need a place, come join me in 5 a.m. prayer. Our team prays Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're going to have to fall out, cry, kick, and scream and let it go. And every day you may get up and cry, kick, and scream and let it go again, because you done picked it back up. But it has to be a commitment. It's the same thing with your commitment to SDPD. And those of y'all who new to this, boo, you gonna come to it. I can guarantee you. You keep staying around here, you're gonna get to the day. You may have a high season. I mean, it's some of y'all who've been here and y'all done had some high promotion seasons, crazy money, or even just a little something, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe 1,000. You know what I'm saying? 1,500, 2,000, whatever. Guess what? You're gonna hit the wall. But we prepare you to walk through it, to break it down, to allow God to break it down so that you can continue to move forward to go to the next place. Valleys come. That's inevitable. The valley will come. But you have to continue to press forward to the next mountain. And unfortunately, a lot of people never see the next mountain and they circle back. How many of y'all been here and have tried this a few times? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's going to come, but you have to press towards the mark. So forming a friend is not difficult, y'all. It's the mental capacity of how you're looking at it. It's your unwillingness to be accountable. Be accountable to somebody. I'm accountable. He on here, so I don't know. He may say something in the comments or not. You know what? I think I'm gonna shut up and let him speak, because I don't think y'all realize that I fight. Everybody like, oh, Rachel Ambassador Diamond. Boo! Every single day I wake up and I decide to fight. It's a fight. It's a fight to have this life. And it's crazy because I was down with my friend Cammie, and Cammie Black Diamond, right? $100,000 a month for 6 months, goes over to the corporate field. The girl making some major crazy money, like the things she gets to do. Okay. One could only wish. But y'all don't know with that kind of income, what comes with it, especially with this being a Christian-based business, the wars, the daily wars. You have to be willing to fight. Rachel, you don't understand. I do. I may not understand your specific battle, but just like Shantae said, boo, I'm overwhelmed. But guess what? I got on Power Hour this morning. She done put the quote, don't even know what the quote is, but it's like, Lord, if it bless me in the moment, yes, Lord, I'm going to put it out there into the atmosphere. Maybe it bless somebody else. But my mind has so much going on, I can't even grasp it. But guess what? I bet you she keeps going. She'll get to the place where she is able to grasp it. But you have to just keep swimming. You have to just keep swimming. She's so optimistic. And so, man, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it. And guess what? It's not going to take it away. It's not going to take it away. Robin, y'all, my ship Robin, she had sent me this sermon, and I was talking to my pastor when she sent it. And I turned it on and I fell asleep. Okay. Turned it on, fell asleep. And she was like, you need to listen to it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to it. Like, I'm going to listen to it. But her urgency was just so extra. And so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and this is good. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. Like, this is a good thing. You need people like that in your life. And so because of her urgency, I was like, all right, I'm going to listen to it, y'all. And she was like, get your tissue ready. I'm like, girl, okay, if I need it, whatever. Like, I'm down for tears. Like, I understand what tears do for your life. And that's why when people start saying like, oh, it's okay, like, it's going to be all right. No, tears do something for you. It's cleansing. So a lot of times other people feel uncomfortable when other people are crying. And so they feel like they need to say something. I don't. I like when people cry. And if you've been around me for a long time, y'all know that. Y'all be like, Rachel's crazy. And sure am. Yep. I understand it. Like, come on, let's get it out. Let it out. Girl, get the snot. Where the snot at? Like, let's fully release this. And let's allow that to be prayers and petitions that we don't even understand that we need to give. Holding on to that stuff is so yucky. It is so yucky. And when I haven't cried in a while, I mean, can I say that I've truly been cleansed? It's crazy. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let Brianna talk, and I let Brittany close. So we're gonna go over for a few minutes. But I remember, y'all, and I'm get around some people that y'all can learn from. Okay, for real, like seriously. But my pastor will cry so fast, and I just be like, Lord, like she be touched by everything, like for real. She really is. She really connects, and I used to be like, Jesus. But y'all don't understand. That is a cleansing process. That is a way that and she's been through so much. Like, you cannot hold on to all of this stuff. If you feel some type of way, feel it all the way. Because if not, it will linger. And so I'm learning, like, man, if I feel it, I want to feel it all the way. And I don't want to be embarrassed for how I feel about something. It's my feelings. I get to feel how I feel about anything. And you should never be embarrassed for how you feel or what you're going through. Because everybody's going through something. People just don't wear their heart on their sleeve. And so where you think that other people, and this is why I'm just so transparent. Like, I had put up a happy birthday to my goddaughter yesterday. Y'all, when Corey found me, I had just had a miscarriage. And I didn't even know why I invited her mom and dad over to our house to have dinner. You know, I didn't really know her mom. We knew the dad, but we didn't know the mom like that. Okay. And we're just being nice and inviting them over. And I just fell in love with this little girl. And y'all don't know, this girl became a healing component to my life and literally went everywhere with me. Like, I was not connected to the mom, I was connected to the dad. Her mom would let me take her out of town in cars, but also on planes. Like, the girl went everywhere with me. And I needed her in my life. But without my transparency, would it ever have happened? Without my willingness, without my obedience, would it ever have happened? And so right now, those of y'all who are going through stuff, baby, everybody, including myself, new levels, new devils. And sometimes the devils are higher and people aren't willing to really fight them. And so you just fall down every single time you get hit. And sometimes we fall down and we stay there longer than we need to stay there. Y'all, we got to win the fight and then continue to win the fight. I made a post yesterday. Stop. God delivered you from that. Why are you back there? You have to keep being delivered. Does that make sense? You have to keep being delivered. So for example, for myself, I'm just talking about me. God delivered me, okay, from alcohol. So I'm even gonna say alcohol. We're gonna say substances, because it's more than that. I have to continue to be delivered. I can't just have a little wine. This is my story, not yours. I can't do it. I cannot do it. And my pastor reminded me yesterday, I have a witness. Y'all, there was somebody who saw me on the cruise, and I'm not apologizing for going over time no more. There was somebody who saw me on the cruise, y'all. The second cruise that It Works had, I was wasted. I mean, wasted so much, I chipped somebody's tooth on a bottle of Patron and really didn't even care in the moment because I was so wasted. I was gone. Like it was my birthday, so I didn't care. I thought I was justified. Okay, on tables. I mean, I'm top income earner for a Christian-based business. Like wasted. And somebody was like, I cannot believe, somebody now, today, how is she still delivered from alcohol? How hasn't she went back? And I was like, she's like, I don't understand how God has kept her, because she was gone, like gone. And I mean, you could see how bound I was. But my witness, it's like, oh my gosh, like if God can deliver her like that and he's still blessing her business, can God do it for me? Because I feel so bound by these substances. I don't have a choice. When I get in this place, I just need something. And I understand how that feels. And so guess what? I get to those places, but God is my something. He's my something. And if God can do it for me, it's so much more. So I get it. If you go to these places, I get it. I get it. I still have the bad days. I just don't pick up the bottle. I don't pick up the weed. I don't do it no more because God has delivered me. And he has something so much greater. And that doesn't mean just because you're having relapses that God can't do it for you. Yes, he can. But he reminds you. He will remind you. And so real quick, I'm going to have Breon say what he got to say, because I feel like he's supposed to say something. And then Brittany going to close it out. I love y'all. Y'all can do this. We can do this. You can. But those of y'all who've been here, foreign a friend, you can do it today. Start.
Y'all know Rachel good for just throwing me out there on the on the spot. But no, I guess one thing, like she said, she have her bad days, and one thing I always tell, I say, Rachel, life is hard, and it's just reality of it. Life is hard, and you all go through stuff, and she go through stuff as well. But I guess the biggest thing is understanding how to fight each day, and that's something that she has worked on every day. And so, just knowing that, take your moments. This moment's where I have to say, Rachel, you got to get out the bed, and she had a moment where she just wouldn't get in the bed. Or her moments happen more so midday. So she would always get up, but it's just figuring out how to fight through your day. Staying encouraged, finding that joy, even in the midst of life being hard. Like your why is probably your biggest thing, but sometimes your why can still be not good enough. So it's just training yourself to know that even though this sucks, this hard, I can do this. And her belief outweighs the pain, the frustration that she always going through. So I guess that's one thing that you have to build. You have to build that belief despite the rough days. You all showing up just for these meetings is, that can be hard at times, but you training yourself to have tough skin and get through your fight. So that's one thing Rachel does a great job of. She learned how to fight her days, and she realized that each day not going to be peaches and cream, but the ones that are, she take full advantage of them. So just like Friday, she had a bad day. I remember when Lily, you had texted her and told her, and we was having our date night, and she said, somebody going through what I'm going through. So it was cool in that moment just for y'all to be transparent to each other. I said, Rachel, I said, be like that sometimes. You can't waddle in it. You can't, get depressed. it's like that. And yesterday I think she signed 2 distributors and 3 lawyers. And then I think Saturday she signed, was it 1 distributor and 2 lawyers? But I don't remember. But I know like the peaches and cream came after the bad days. So you just keep believing and understand how to fight each day. That's something like I can add to, what she was saying. You could take it away, Brittany.
Thanks, Breon. But yes, learning how to fight, that is a big thing. Understanding how to fight and learning how to fight, man. That is big. And I just appreciate Rachel. I appreciate you for your transparency. And continuing to just allow us to go on the journey with you, because I will say, when she was going through her spiritual journey, the journey about distractions, the journey about just everything, her transparency is what allowed me to be able to desire to go on my own journey. So just keep leading from the front, keep being you. But we can do this. And so I'm about to pray us out, and we're about to have a great week, and everybody gonna complete their cycles and all of that, because in Jesus' name, okay? We are doing this for him. And so he is on our side. And so no weapon formed against us shall prosper. So I'm about to pray us out, and we're gonna get off here. We're gonna kill that thing. So dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for allowing us to come together in this space, allowing us to help each other increase our faith, and just continue to walk this thing out together as a family and as a unit. And so I just ask that you continue to strengthen us, continue to give us those love taps of encouragement to show us that you are here walking beside us through everything that we are going through and everything that we are doing on a day-to-day. I just ask that you bless everyone that showed up for their business this morning, give them a double portion, and just love on them, wrap your loving arms around them, and just continue to encourage them and continue to speak those sweet nothings in their ear as they go throughout their day and throughout their week. And so I just ask that you continue to bless us, you continue to cover us, you continue to guide us and love on us the way that you do. And so we just love you, we adore you, we do everything unto you, your name and your kingdom, and it's in your son Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. All right, guys. See y'all later. Have a great day.